We are here, we wanted to talk today about sex and reproduction in space. I'm here with our first live convo with my good buddy, my best Australian pal, Ben Roberts of Astro-Biological on YouTube and on Facebook. Ben, I'm so glad to talk to you.
Thanks, Aaron. It's great to be here.
Tell us quickly about Astrobiological for folks who aren't familiar with it. And if you're not familiar with Astrobiological, you should definitely check it out here on Facebook and on YouTube. But what is Astrobiological and who the heck are you?
Who the heck am I first? Well, my name is Ben Roberts, as you've told all and sundry. I'm not a working scientist. I was for a while, but I basically do just a regular day-to-day factory work. But I have an interest in science. I have been interested in science my whole life. I went to university, like I said, studied science there. I did a double major. I did biology and earth sciences.
Entirely reasonable for Mr. Astrobiological. As far as I know, no one has ever admitted to having had sex in space.
Yeah, that was admitted, but I guess they're up in a tin can for months and months at a time. Who knows? Who's to say?
The sleeping conditions on the International Space Station are not conducive to two-person occupation. On the space station, they sleep essentially in little closets with a sleeping bag.
They sleep up or down, or
up, down doesn't matter.
You need handrails and belts and harnesses and things to hold. I'm guessing at least two people together. Who knows? The mind boggles, really. A range of experiments done using freeze-dried mouse sperm. They took it up to the International Space Station, and then it was stored up there for a period of time, a lengthy period of time, and then brought back down to Earth to see what the effect of space radiation would be on this sperm. And according to the studies, there was statistically no real difference between earthbound sperm, I don't know what the word is, and sperm from outer space.
Well, I must say that as a sperm producer myself, I'm proud of my little guys.
They just basically left it up there to see what the effect of the background cosmic radiation would be.
Do you think it's ethically permissible to give birth to a child whose prospects of a normal, healthy life you cannot predict, but you can easily identify them?
You live a very isolated, weird, socially restricted life for a start. They would have grown up inside a tin can on some Martian plane somewhere. And it couldn't really come to Earth and spend time on Earth because our gravity would be too much for it, and all kinds of things would just, be too much for it to bear. Like, it'd be in quarantine his whole life, essentially, because he couldn't come to Earth and live normally.
There's a very bad movie about that called The Space Between Us, about a kid who grows up on Mars and it comes as a teenager to Earth. It's sort of the Mars as escape pod argument you're making.
Armageddon comes or something, Like, eventually we're just going to have to do what life's done over the course of its history and, get through this disaster and see what happens down the road.
Based on your knowledge of biology and planetary sciences, are you optimistic that we will be able to figure out some way to reproduce in space?
There were actually 7 pregnancies confirmed in the Antarctic bases, Australian Antarctic bases, between 1996 and 2005, I think it was. They weren't supposed to happen, but they did, because it just is enclosed, very sealed off, hostile environment, and it's like an analogy for space. And they thinking, well, if people being what they are, it's just going to happen. Like, you got a bunch of horny astronauts in a tin can traveling for years together, or on another planet, setting up shop on another planet. It's got to happen, and nature will just have to find a way to make it work, I'm optimistic that we can make it work. Let's put it that way. That's going to happen.
The bottom line optimistic takeaway here is that there will be sex and reproduction in space, because human beings are not just excitable apes like you and me, but they are horny apes. Like
we are. I'm going to say, I've got 4 kids. I don't know how many kids you got. We're all, we're all adults.
As we take our steps towards becoming a spacefaring civilization and making humans a multi-planet species, I'm sure that all the little turns and stops along the way will be covered on your wonderful channel on YouTube, Astro-Biological. As soon as it comes in the news, I know you'll be talking about it. And
you're too kind, Darren.
I'm just saying, but on Facebook, anyone who'd like to see Ben makes lovely, short, really short, little fun informational videos, and you can see them on Astrobiological on Facebook. I'm Aaron Freeman. My channel Science Today is on YouTube as well,
Yes.
and on Facebook.
I recommend it.
It's been fun talking to you on my first international collaboration, and we will
It's been
look
great.
forward. We'll be in touch, and we'll talk to you soon.